Human beings have created some very expensive objects. The most expensive thing ever created by humankind is the International Space Station with a price tag of around $150 billion. But in this video, we are talking about luxury items. Here's a bedroom on the International Space Station. Does that look like luxury to you? No, it does not. So get ready for gold, diamonds, and a whole load of narcissism, because this is the most expensive luxury items rich people have paid for. Number 1, the golden toilet. This is the world's most expensive toilet with a price tag of $6 million US. It was created as a piece of, quote, satirical participatory art by Maurizio Cattelan, an Italian artist. And this is actually him holding the toilet, butt naked. He's the same guy who taped a banana to a wall and sold it as a piece of art for $120,000 US. And he named his toilet work America, which, as a proud American, personally I find pretty offensive, but I guess it's some commentary on the wastefulness of our society or something like that. And it is a fully functioning 18-karat gold toilet. It was displayed in a private bathroom at the Guggenheim Museum in New York between 2016 and 2017, and visitors were encouraged to actually use the toilet themselves. Remember, it was fully functional.
You are fully functional, aren't you?
Of course.
And the museum said that 100,000 people lined up to use the artwork. There was a special cleaning routine in place so that the golden toilet was back to its shiny state in between each use. In 2017, the Trump White House requested to borrow a certain Van Gogh painting from the museum, which the museum actually declined, but then they offered America instead. To be honest, Trump does like gold things. So while the reply from the White House was never made public, I like to think that Trump himself said yes, but was then advised against it by his PR team. I mean, like his communications people even knew what they were doing anyway. In 2019, America was loaned to Blenheim Palace in the UK, where it was plumbed into the building and again exhibited as an interactive exhibit, same as at the Guggenheim. But in a twist to the tale, the artwork was then stolen, just like that banana taped to a wall piece, which was also stolen.
Art performance, hungry artist.
But with the gold toilet, they literally ripped it out of the floor of the bathroom, which caused some water damage to the building, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 2 people were arrested but released without charge. Then later, more people were arrested, bringing the number to 6. Currently, 4 men are awaiting trial that is set for February 2025 in connection with the case. So there's probably some undeserving slob somewhere sitting in their house relieving themselves on a golden toilet. Or the thieves just melted it down and sold the raw metal on the market. That's probably what they did. Actually, they are pleading not guilty. So maybe they're going to argue that the whole theft of the golden toilet is simply part of a performance art piece. Okay, I've had enough toilet humor for one day. Let's move on. Number 2, Jeff Bezos' massive clock. So Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, has a massive clock, and he wants you to make a pilgrimage to it. Wait, no, why are we showing you footage of his space rocket? That's the wrong footage. Show the clock. There we go. So Bezos spent $42 million to create a 500-foot tall clock that can keep time for 10,000 years without any human intervention. It is the ultimate flex. When other people get rich, they buy a Rolex, or a Richard Mille, or an Hublot. Actually, no, not an Hublot.
Hublot is its own category, because there is indeed something worse than a trash can.
But Bezos goes one up and builds a massive mechanical clock inside a mountain in Texas, and he does want you to make a pilgrimage to it.
The idea is to build a clock as a symbol for long-term thinking. It ticks once a year, it chimes once, every 100 years, and the cuckoo comes out once every 1,000 years. It's in a remote location, both to protect it, but also so that visitors have to kind of make a pilgrimage.
Bezos envisages it as a symbol for long-term thinking. You know what? That's it. He must be an alien who lives for 10,000 years, along with Elon Musk and the Zuck. Okay, jokes aside, it's a pretty cool endeavor, and I put it on this list because it is a luxury item. I mean, no one needs a 500-foot clock inside a remote mountain that ticks once a year and chimes every 100 years and costs $42 million. But speaking of timepieces, now let's look at the most expensive watch ever made. Number 3, the Graf Hallucination Diamond Watch. Now, you may have seen Rolex watches with diamonds attached to them, but this next one that I'm going to show you is more like a pile of diamonds with a watch attached to it. Like, you could easily miss the fact that there is a watch buried in there. The timepiece features a total of 110 carats of rare colored diamonds, many of them 2 to 3 carats each, set into a platinum bracelet. It was designed by Lawrence Graf, the founder of Graf Diamonds himself in London, and is priced at $55 million US. They unveiled it at the Basel World Watch and Jewelry Fair in 2014. The funny thing is, the actual watch that is buried in all those diamonds is a quartz. It's not even a mechanical movement. All right, let's move on. Number 4, the world's most expensive private residence. Forget Stark Tower. This skyscraper in Mumbai, India is the real-life version, and it is widely believed to be the world's most expensive private residence. It's 27 stories high, although many of the floors are double height. So that actually makes the building closer to the height of a 60-story building. It's 568 feet tall, and it is the home of the Ambani family, who live in the top few floors of the building. Below their private residence are private leisure facilities such as a ballroom, a 50-seat theater, a snow room, and a 168-car garage spanning 6 floors, and there are 9 elevators to get up and down. There really aren't that many photos of the interior of the building online, I guess because it is a private residence. Although I'm thinking that some of the facilities must have a usage for Mr. Ambani's company so that he can get a tax deduction for business use. Although on the flip side, he is worth $90 billion, so maybe he doesn't care. The building cost $2 billion to build in 2010 and is now valued at $4.6 billion as of 2023. That makes it the second most expensive residence in the world, behind Buckingham Palace. But since Buckingham Palace is property of the British Crown, it's not really a private residence. UK tax revenue is used to maintain it. So it can be said that Antilla is the most expensive private residence in the world. But no, unfortunately, it doesn't come with a set of Iron Man suits. All right, let's now move on to our final ridiculously expensive item that rich people spend their money on. Number 5. The History Supreme Yacht. This is a 100-foot yacht designed by Stuart Hughes, who was a British luxury goods designer known for his £5 million British pound gold and diamond encrusted iPads. The world's most expensive bed, which is so expensive there's no actual price tag listed on his website because you'd probably have a heart attack because it's too expensive, so he's protecting you. And then we have the History Supreme Yacht, which is basically a 100-foot yacht coated in gold and platinum. You can see that it's all real gold from the bow to the stern, and other parts of the yacht look beautiful as well. The price tag is 3 billion British pounds, which worked out at $4.8 billion US when the boat was supposedly constructed. It's not just the gold that makes it expensive, but also things like the real T-Rex dinosaur bone that is supposedly in the bedroom. According to Hughes' website, it was bought by an anonymous Malaysian businessman. The most likely person that would be is Robert Kwok, the richest Malaysian citizen who lives and does business in Hong Kong. But here is where this story starts to fall apart. You see, Forbes lists Robert Kwok's net worth at $12.2 billion as of 2024. That is nowhere near rich enough to spend $4.8 billion on that boat. If this was the Amdani family with $90 billion, maybe. But with this guy, Robert Kwok, that would be close to half his net worth. And since he's the richest Malaysian citizen, there is no other richer Malaysian businessman that could have bought it. So while some websites list this boat at $4.8 billion as being the most expensive boat ever as fact, I think this one was actually Stuart Hughes just trolling people for publicity for his business, which does actually wrap smaller tech items in gold. If you look very closely at the pictures, you can see that it's probably photoshopped. Something weird about the way that gold contacts with the water. The line is too sharp, it doesn't look right. Sadly, Stuart Hughes passed away in March this year, March 2024. And it's very hard to find out what happened. There's just a simple Instagram post from his mother and a note written by a friend on his website. So our hearts go out to his family, but he leaves behind a creative legacy of all the luxury tech items he designed and wrapped in gold, and this $4.8 billion yacht that is still fooling people to this day. And guys, if you one day want to be wealthy and afford ridiculous things like gold iPads, $55 million diamond watches, or fully functional gold toilets,
Fully functional.
every little bit of cash is going to help you get there. So So why not check out our partner Rakuten? They're a cashback website where you can click through to some of your favorite stores like Macy's, Walmart, or tech stores like Samsung and Dell and earn extra cashback on your purchases in addition to what you may earn on your credit card. And until September 30th, you can get an extra $30 in free cashback in your account when you sign up with my link below and make your first purchase. Be quick, because that deal is almost over. All right, guys, that is the video for today. Please leave your comments below, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.